The Canon C200 is an incredibly impressive camera, but if you want to get the most out of it, you're going to be shooting in Canon's new RAW format. This codec is 1GB a second, which means when recording 4K 30p, a 128GB CFAST card will only last you around 15 minutes, and a 128GB CFAST card from SanDisk will set you back around £265. So if you're going to be recording a lot without having the chance to offload, this can get expensive really fast. This is where the Solidpod comes in. This little device is essentially a dummy CFAST card connected to an external mSATA enclosure. So instead of investing into CFAST cards, you can use your standard mSATA drives. There are a few things that make the Solidpod interesting, but let's start with the price. You can get the Solidpod, a 1TB mSATA SSD, and a SanDisk CFAST card reader for less money than one 512GB SanDisk CFAST card. So not only do you get the flexibility of shooting to SSDs, double the storage, but you also have the ability to purchase other SSDs at a fraction of the cost of their CFAST size counterparts if you need more storage down the line. I've seen a few of these kind of products pop up in the past, but they always look like they could break at any minute, which doesn't really fill people with confidence when you're recording critical footage. As you'd expect from the name, the unit is extremely solid. It is made of aluminium magnesium alloy with fins on top to provide passive cooling. The cable is Kevlar reinforced and feels extremely high quality, so wear and tear from closing it in the C200 CFAST door shouldn't damage it. The Solidpod uses mSATA drives instead of the regular 2.5-inch SSDs like other CFAST SSD solutions. This means that the drives are fast and don't require a power source. You can get up to a 1TB mSATA drive, whereas the biggest CFAST you can get currently is 512GB. This would be good for people wanting longer record times on a budget. A 1TB mSATA will get you around 110 minutes of recording of 4K 30p CRM with the C200. Out of the box, you get a range of accessories, most of which are mounting solutions for the Solidpod. Those several mounting solutions are a 1/4 screw, a 1/4 3/8 screw, a 1/4 hot shoe mount, and a 1/4 ball head. At the bottom of the unit, you have a 1/4-inch thread, which makes mounting it extremely easy. SSDs can be mounted within the caddies. When mounting the SSDs, you need to make sure the SSD is placed as such. Make sure not to over-tighten these screws, as doing so may damage the SSD. Once attached, it's as easy as sliding the caddy into the pod and tightening up the thumb screw. One downside of the Solidpod is the caddy design. The SSD being exposed can look a bit daunting at first, so if you're going to have multiple mSATA drives in their caddies, I would suggest getting some anti-static bags and a soft carry case to store them in. This will help protect the drives when they're in your camera bag. When it comes to offloading, you have three options. You can either plug the dummy CFAST card into a CFAST reader as you would with a regular CFAST card. NKI also do a Solidpod reader that uses USB 3.1 Gen 2 Type C. This is a great option if you want to keep your SSD safe and in their caddies and take advantage of the extremely fast transfer speeds when paired with Thunderbolt 3. The last is Angelbird's SATA to USB-C adapter. This is a nice, cheap and easy way to connect the mSATA drive, but will keep your mSATA drive exposed. If you can stretch to it, I would get the reader from NKI, as it's going to be the most robust and safest way of transferring your footage, but there are some great alternatives out there. That's our first look at the Solidpod. This is a great solution for people who think the C200 or Ursa Mini Pro might be the camera for them, but are turned away by the nature of expensive CFAST media. We've actually taken to using it whenever we shoot with our C200, and we haven't had any issues at all with the unit. If you have any questions about the Solidpod, make sure to let us know down in the comments, and for future videos, make sure you're subscribed.